Hi and welcome to At the Bench. Now we're going to be quickly looking at these sandpaper rolls that we sell in our store, and just to show you how to use them correctly. They are simply a roll of carborundum paper attached to and spiraled around a 2.35mm, in this case, mild steel rod. And we sell them in various grits, going from 1,500 all the way down to 180 grits. So we cover the whole spectrum of coarseness, from coarse to quite fine. Now, they go into, whether it be a nice simple Dremel like this, or a Fordham flex shaft, or any type of flex shaft, pendant motor that we have as well. And they are potentially quite dangerous if you do not use them correctly. Now, anything that is going to be rotating at a high speed in your flex shaft or your Dremel, you obviously have to take great care. Eye protection is essential. The glasses, and obviously if you are doing anything that is going to be causing airborne dust, well then obviously a mask is a must. Now, there is no real trick in using these. It is basically common sense and safety. They all come with this mild steel shank, and because you put the shaft into the chuck of whether it be a flex shaft or your Dremel, you need to put it all the way down as far as it will go. So it's right up to the bottom of the sanding roll. Why? Because you have now reduced the length of that shaft sticking out to this little short distance. If you only put the end into it, like so, you've got all this area here that in theory can bend. So the shorter the shaft, the better, the less it is going to bend. And there's going to be a problem if you do have this too far out, as I'll explain as I go along. Now, all you have to do is put it down as far as you can into the flex shaft. Likewise with the Dremel here, it's exactly the same. It goes all the way down and you can tighten that up. So basically that is the correct position of the sanding roll. Now, the idea is to make sure that that sanding roll is as low as possible in your chuck. Why? Because if the sanding drum is too far out, as I just said, you've got too much of the rod coming out of the fixed piece, that is going to be able to bend. And if you are applying, and you shouldn't be, too much pressure on the sanding roll, and this has a chance to flex, as soon as it flexes off center, the rotary effect of the tool will spin it round and it will bend. So what you need to do is to reduce the length of that spindle as best you can, all the way up to the chuck as you've got it there. Now, if you are applying too much pressure, and you shouldn't be, there's a couple of reasons why. Perhaps the emery paper roll is completely smooth and you find it's not working, so you're having to apply a lot of pressure. That's not a good thing. All you need to do is simply unravel or unroll and expose new emery paper. Okay, so you've exposed the grit, it's nice and fresh. Or if you're still having to apply too much pressure, it's too fine. Move down the grits until it's a little bit more coarse, and then carry on and then work along the grits. And it's the same not just with the sanding rolls, but it's the same with our famous white nylon brushes. Exactly the same thing. You really do need to put them down as close as possible within the chuck. That is as far as that will go. That's exactly what we need. And it's likewise with all the rotary mops and everything. You push it down as far as it will go in the chuck, and that's exactly what we need. So how much pressure do we need? Well, whenever I use my sanding rolls, I literally stroke the piece with the sanding drum. There's no need to go hard. If you go hard, you're going to damage your piece that you're sanding, or you're going to likely damage yourself. Let me just quickly put on my safety glasses and I will show you exactly the sort of technique that we need to do. I've got a spinner ring here. I get my foot pedal. It's moved since the last time I used it. Where is it? There it is over there. and we can start this off. Now, you don't want to go spinning this at an insane amount of speed. It's just too fast. So I would literally just turn it around. I would have thought that's about 1/4 of the speed that motor can go at. And literally, I am coming in the inside of this ring here, and I am just stroking, okay? Stroking, stroking, stroking. There's no need to push down hard. You don't even need to hear the motor change its tune, its noise, when you are sanding. As you can hear, okay, hear that? I'm sanding the inside. It's still that high-pitched noise. And that's what we want. As soon as you start to apply pressure and that changes, it's too much. You literally have to just stroke the piece, stroke the area that you are sanding, and literally that is all you need to do. Now, if you come down to the end here, obviously it's going to be a little bit more dangerous because you've got this length of shaft here that in theory could bend, so don't apply too much pressure. If you want to apply a lot of pressure, and you shouldn't, do it closely down here, down close where it is going into the chuck. But you shouldn't have to. And to be honest, this sort of speed is just right. Okay, can you hear that? That's all you need to do, because if you're going to have to go faster, go harder, you haven't done the correct technique and you haven't removed the previous marks or the previous file marks from the last job. So there we go. The emery sanding drums, absolutely perfect. I love them, but you've got to take care. Glasses, a mask as well, and put them nice and close down deep in your flex shaft. Stroke the piece and you should have no problems at all. My name is Andrew Berry for At The Bench. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.